As someone who is in the actual Les Mis stage production, you may feel the same way as I do. The show is sacred text.
Absolutely.
Was that weird, like changing it up for the movie? I mean, did you have reservations about that?
Oh gosh, for me, like, you know, Les Mis is such a huge part of musical theatre history, and it's so iconic. These roles are so well loved, and so yeah, there's this thing in the film, and it's kind of it's quite scary, you know, to sort of see how it's going to be done. But gosh, under the incredible watchful eye of Tom Hooper, and he's a genius. Like, I've actually never met anyone more intelligent than this man. He can do no wrong in my eyes. He's managed to fuse the heart and soul of the West End or the musical production with this incredible world of truth and intimacy to create something that, as a Les Mis fan, is not just as good. It's actually incorporates every level, the novel, the musical, to something that's so unique.
How did your job change? How did your physical performance have to change because of the requirements of the movie?
Yeah, I think for the movie, you know, obviously the camera's so close, those intimacies can be shown, and you can really play the truth of these emotional tales that this woman goes on. I think for me it was head straight to the novel, because in the musical there are details that you can skim by because it's heightened and it works. But for this, you have to be so much more detailed. You can't leave any loose ends. And so the novel was fantastic, the beautiful novel by Victor Hugo, to tie up those loose ends and add more depth and texture to this character. You know, Eponine spent 2 months in prison. And to add details like that into your mind, it kind of gives you a much more of a better idea of where she's come from.
I also thought it might be difficult to sing live in the rain. Like, you have to sing in the rain. I figure, you know, when I'm in the shower, I'm just dribbling when that happens. But how do you make that look good?
Well,
like, how does that work?
It's hard because when you do theatre, you're used to live vocals. But I was not used to these conditions. You know, I was singing in the rain, I had bare feet, I had splinters in my feet, I had a tight corset on, I had rain in my eyes, sniffy nose because I've been crying, my teeth had teeth guards on, painted brown. You had a lot to contend with. So for me, at first, you're like, how am I sounding? And then after a while, you have to leave that vocal vanity at the door and allow those sort of conditions into your voice to create something that's raw and sounds real.
Absolutely. And, you know, looking back, I feel like you may be one of the few people who has been on the reality show and survived. Do you feel like you've put that behind you in some way, or do you really thank that opportunity from the reality show?
Oh, I thank it so much. I feel so grateful for that. I came from a small island in the isle called the Isle of Man at the north of England, and so I moved down to London just kind of determined to work as hard as I could to be an actress. And the show allowed me to meet someone like Cameron Mackintosh, and if it hadn't been for that, he wouldn't have asked me to come and audition for the West End musical. I really wouldn't be here. So I'm really grateful to every step along the way for getting me here.